war's devastation extends far beyond immediate casualties and physical destruction. It leaves deep scars on the environment, impacting air, water, and land for generations. From the battlefields of Ukraine to the Gaza Strip, armed conflicts are catalysts for environmental degradation on a massive scale. The consequences of this destruction are far-reaching, affecting human health, global security, and the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. The scale of modern warfare is staggering. Over the past decades, armed conflicts have intensified, displacing millions and disrupting vital ecosystems. The use of explosives, heavy machinery, and chemical weapons leaves behind a trail of pollution and ecological damage. Deforestation, driven by the need for fuel and military advantage, further exacerbates the problem, leaving soil vulnerable to erosion and desertification. Forests, often caught in the crossfire, are casualties of war. Military operations, including the clearing of land for bases and the construction of roads, result in widespread deforestation. This loss of tree cover disrupts natural water cycles, leading to soil erosion and increased vulnerability to floods and droughts. In the Gaza Strip, for example, decades of conflict have decimated its once lush forests. The destruction of trees has not only diminished the region's natural beauty, but also left the land susceptible to erosion and desertification. The loss of fertile soil threatens food security and the livelihoods of those who depend on agriculture for survival. Water, essential for life, becomes a casualty in times of war. The destruction of water treatment facilities and sewage systems leads to the contamination of rivers, lakes, and groundwater. This pollution poses a severe threat to human health and disrupts delicate aquatic ecosystems. In Iraq, the bombing of oil wells during the Gulf War released millions of barrels of crude oil into the environment, contaminating water sources and causing widespread ecological damage. The long-term health consequences for communities relying on these water sources continue to raise serious concerns. A toxic legacy. Pollution from military action. The environmental impact of war extends far beyond the immediate aftermath of conflict. Unexploded ordnance, chemical weapons, and other toxic remnants of war pose long-term threats to human health and ecosystems. The use of depleted uranium munitions in recent conflicts has raised particular concern. These weapons leave behind radioactive residue that can contaminate soil and water sources for decades, posing significant risks to human health and the environment. Ecosystems at risk: biodiversity loss and habitat destruction. War's impact on biodiversity is profound. The destruction of habitats, the introduction of invasive species, and the pollution of ecosystems disrupt the delicate balance of nature. Endangered species are particularly vulnerable, with many facing an increased risk of extinction due to conflict. In regions like the Amazon rainforest, where armed groups operate illegally, deforestation driven by conflict threatens one of the planet's most biodiverse ecosystems. The loss of biodiversity not only diminishes the beauty and wonder of the natural world, but also undermines the essential services that ecosystems provide, such as clean air, water, and pollination. Towards a more peaceful, sustainable future. Recognizing the hidden cost of war on our environment is crucial for building a more peaceful and sustainable future. International cooperation is essential to mitigate the environmental consequences of conflict, promote disarmament, and invest in conflict prevention. By prioritizing environmental protection in conflict zones and promoting sustainable practices, we can help to heal the wounds of war and build a more resilient and equitable world. The future of our planet and the well-being of generations to come depend on our collective action to prevent conflict and protect the natural world.